That's it. That's not my wine.
Good assumption.
Okay, we are rolling.
All right.
Okay, I'm supposed to start now?
Well, how do we want to do this? We want to ask questions of
I
them?
think we want to ask questions. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Do you want me to say who I am or what?
Please say who you are. I don't think any of us know.
Okay. I'm Ken Whitaker III, son of Ken Whitaker Jr. and Genevieve Ty. My parents met in Washington, D.C. when Dad was in law school at George Washington. They got married in 1945. They got married in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and the first 2 years of my life, which were pretty awe-inspiring, were at the house on Hillcrest Drive, which had actually belonged, I didn't know until a few years ago, to my great-grandfather, Madison Whitaker, who had been Attorney General of Tennessee. At 2 years old or so, we moved to another section of Chattanooga. My earliest memory of that is my dad had a probably 38 Ford, and we were going around a turn in Chattanooga, and I was in the front seat, and this was, of course, pre-safety seats and all of that. And the door flew open, and my dad grabbed the back of my shirt and pulled me in so that I did not fall out of the car. We now live in an age of free-range parenting. But when I was 6 years old, we lived in North Chattanooga, and I went to school at Notre Dame. And Sheila Wilcox used to come up the street. She was all of 8 years old. I was 6. We would walk up to Dallas Road and get on a public bus, go down the hill, cross the road, cross the river, up to 8th Street, and I'd walk up to Notre Dame School. Within 2 months of that, I did it on my own. I wouldn't pay any attention to her. I'd go do it all by myself. And I still thought that was one of the best things ever, because it gave me confidence that I could get around, and it wasn't my parents taking me somewhere. My memories of Notre Dame are limited. I mean, I only went there till the 2nd grade. I did play a piano recital, and yes, I did play How Much Is That Doggy in the Window, which was a big hit by Patti Page at the time, as you would have all knew. And this would have been about 1952. Then at some point in my second year in grade school, all of a sudden my grandmother, Helen Whitaker, was at the front door of the school when I came out, and our house had burned down. And she took me home, and to this day I cannot stand the smell of water on top of fire, because the house had been gutted, and I remember going into the house. But the cool thing was, the next day in the Chattanooga Times, there was a picture of my father on a ladder coming out of the 2nd floor window, where he had gone up to get some papers out on insurance, whatever he was getting. But I thought my dad was pretty damn cool that he was on a firefighter's ladder going into the house.
How did the fire start?
Yeah. What?
How'd the fire start?
I think it was an electrical fire, but I wouldn't want to bet. I'm not 100% sure.
Where was the house at?
Colville Street, 505 Colville Street. If you go up, down, if you had crossed the old Walnut Street Bridge and went up the hill, you got to the very crest of the hill, and you went